Hi friends, welcome to FoodtokTV. My name is Taylor Rose. I am the host of this show, Cutting the Mustard. I'm so sorry I'm late. I usually start right on the dot at 7 p.m. Central on Thursday nights, but today we're running a little behind, but it's okay. I'm gonna try and hustle through this show today because I planned a bit too many projects for myself today, but ultimately I am making the ultimate Bloody Mary, and I am inspired by the Wisconsin Bloody Mary, you know, where you make one and there's a bunch of steaks, a food, and it's essentially a meal in a drink as well, because this theme week for Food Talk TV is on a stick, and so I want to put a bunch of things on a stick. So let's get started, okay? Because first I'm wanting to make some jalapeno poppers, like not poppers, but they're like fried jalapeno balls, and I'm gonna need some bacon. And so we're just gonna stick this in the deep fryer to get it like all nice and crispy real quick. My oil should be, it's not quite at 350, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in here anyway, because we are going to get these started. Please tap the screen, share the live, and I appreciate y'all joining me today on Cutting the Mustard. Alrighty. Now I'm done with this raw stuff. I'm gonna put this over there. Ryan's gonna be the one filming today. He's still working on his being the camera person. Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes. That is bacon in the fryer. Hey Kaz, what's up? Hey Red Wagon Bakery, welcome in. This on as well. We're gonna fry this for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Hey Olivia.
Welcome in, y'all.
Scott, what's up? Welcome Letitia.
I gotta send a heart me. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and say hello in the comment section so you know who I am.
Welcome Rita.
I am Taylor
Christina.
Rose, also known as the Mustard Queen. So be sure to give me a follow if you like mustard, because that's typically my content. But when I'm on this show, I just kind of do what I want. A lot of it does involve mustard though. Welcome in. If you're new to Food Talk TV, we are a team of creators that go live every single day. We've been going live every single day with cooking content for years, oftentimes multiple times a day. Thursday is one of the few days where we do not have multiple person people.
Welcome Teapot, Patricia, Janet.
And Melissa Murd is in the house. Melissa Murd has a show on Mondays at 6 p.m. Central known as The Spice is Right. We also have Red Wagon Bakery in here. Her show is on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesdays. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to shred some cheese in these because I'm going to be frying this bacon that's going to go inside these fried jalapeno balls. I'm essentially making this with some cheese and some jalapenos and I don't know, whatever I feel like throwing in there.
Welcome Marmar.
Oh dear, I don't know.
Sanchez. Welcome in Georgia Marie.
Oh dear, oh there they are. I was given this cheese grater as a gift, and I'm not a giant fan of it because it's red, and my thing is yellow. But do what you have, you know?
It's not all that great.
Ah. Wah, wah.
Hey Betty, welcome. Joe Bueno.
I may or may not have gravy on a stick for y'all today. I may or may not have done that. You'll just have to wait and see.
Welcome MSD.
It's funny because our theme of the week for Food Talk TV is food on a stick, and Mark started a rumor with Melissa that she was going to be making gravy on a stick. And so she had a bunch of people being like, so wait, where's the gravy on a stick? And so he had to reveal that it was a joke. But I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to try gravy on a stick.
Welcome Cyrus. Welcome Gail.
Alright. So I put in about 3 or 4 ounces of some pepper jack cheese. Also got this cheddar cheese.
Welcome, Roberta.
So I wouldn't focus so much, Ryan, on welcoming everyone that comes in, though I do love it. I love that ambition, but I think I would prefer you read me the comments and.
Okay, well,
Or not all the comments.
It's been far from everybody that's joining.
Oh, yeah.
Just working with what's in front of me.
You got it. I so appreciate you being a cameraman for me. I really do. Gravy on a stick.
Gravy on a stick. Yep, there you go. The ones I go for, like, you're already reading them.
I'm not saying I don't trust you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Now this is something that I worked in a restaurant where we had this one guy in particular that wanted his bacon super, super crispy. And so it would get to a point to where his bacon was never crispy enough because we cooked our bacon slices ahead of time before putting them on burgers. But he got to a point that was like, throw it in the deep fryer. So ever since then, I associate deep fried bacon with crispy bacon, which is what I'm gonna need for this. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be crispy enough for us.
Red Wagon says no limpy bacon.
No limpy. Yes, let me know in the comments how you like your bacon. If you like it crispy or if you like floppy.
Limpy, limpy, limpy.
Limpy, limpy, limpy. Hefty, hefty, hefty. I am typically a floppy bacon kind of gal, but for a recipe like this where it's chopped up with a bunch of cheese and stuff like that, I feel like it needs to have some salt.
What you cooking tonight?
Okay, so I am essentially making the ultimate Bloody Mary mix. Or the ultimate Bloody Mary. This is inspired by a Wisconsin Bloody Mary. And so I'm basically putting a bunch of stuff on skewers that's going to go in a Bloody Mary that's going to be a meal. I'm turning a cocktail into a meal. That's the plan. And there's this hot chicken place. We live in Nashville. And so there's this hot chicken place by us that for their brunch, they will have a $50 Bloody Mary. But it's essentially a 32-ounce Bloody Mary that is meant to feed 2 people. But then they would put like 2 Cornish hens in there that are baked in there. They also had fried okra. There was, I know at one, they also like cut an avocado in half and put those in there. They had some hush puppies in there, and so that's kind of my inspiration. And so I was even Googling, Wisconsin Bloody Marys for that reason.
I've got
Wisconsin is known for that.
several votes for crispy bacon. Mark says crispy bacon all the way. I've yet to see a limpy bacon vote. So if you like shoestring bacon, let us know.
I like the floppy bacon. Ryan, what do you prefer?
I guess it depends on, like, you know, what I'm using it for.
The application?
Yeah.
I think for me too.
I like crispy. I like too crispy.
Of course, I did see with some of our other Food Talk TVers that did the on a stick theme. They got it was a Jeff Durham joke, the jalapeno on a stick, or I guess he has a puppet that's a jalapeno on a stick. And so a lot of people would be like, jalapeno on a stick. I'm like, you know what? This is how I'm gonna jalapeno on a stick. So I'm gonna be doing these jalapeno poppers, or these fried jalapeno balls. For part of it, I will also be doing some, I have some poached shrimp. I'll show y'all how to poach shrimp because, you know, Bloody Mary is essentially kind of like cocktail sauce, except for, you know, alcoholic. But, or non-alcoholic if you make it a virgin. You absolutely can do that. A lot of vitamin C in there, not a bad drink at all.
So if it's non-alcoholic, is it a Virgin Mary?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's see. I also want to do some antipasta skewers. And then I also got gravy on a stick coming up. So be sure you stay tuned for that.
Gravy on a stick.
It's all your fault, Mark. Gravy on a stick is all your fault. But I was determined. I'm not quite sure how hot these jalapenos are because sometimes I get surprised with a really hot jalapeno, and so I'm feeling pretty bold using my bare hands chopping these.
Mark is excited that gravy on a stick is a real thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a real thing, but it is now.
It's about to be.
It is now. It's about to be.
It's about to be.
Which I did do a test fry of it earlier today, and I think I got it. So I know we can make it a reality. Oh. I am using an induction here, so it does change the heat rather quickly. But I've been having a difficult time getting my fryer on this induction cooker up to 350. So I decided to have maximum sear. We'll see if that gets me into my 350. Because I also have chicken wings I will be doing on a stick. And a couple weeks ago I did my buffalo sauce and I still have some of that and I need to use it. Which I do need to put a recipe on our site, because if you go to our site, FoodtokTV.com, we have all sorts of recipes for you.
Mark is dropping roses.
Woohoo! Roses for Mr. and Mrs. Rose. We appreciate you.
Making it rain roses.
Yes. I can feel a slight tingle in my fingers. I have a feeling these are spicy jalapenos, so. Y'all, if you were just scrolling through here, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live cooking content every single day, oftentimes multiple times a day. We all have our weekly shows that we do every single week. My show is always at 7 p.m. Central on Thursdays. Today I did start a little late at, I believe, 7:16. But I did give my husband an extensive shopping list for after he got to work, so that was kind of my bad. But you can catch me at 7 p.m. Be sure you're following us, because we do have a variety of content creators that go on every single week. Oh yeah. For these you can definitely do more or less jalapenos depending on how you feel. Okay, I think this is coming up to the temperature I want. We are almost ready to add the chicken wing. Chicken wing, chicken wing. Something macaroni. So I don't actually have anything frying in there, so we're just waiting for that. So I am adding some seasonings to this, some smoked paprika, some onion powder, garlic powder, some cayenne pepper, and I do have some of my ancho powder from last week's show, which I essentially just got dehydrated anchos, toasted them until they were like puffy, and removed the seeds and stems and ground it into a powder. I use this so much. It is very much so more of a fruity pepper, not very hot. Huge fan of that.
See what you got in there.
Oh yeah, that's what I got in there. And then of course we need to add the bacon. It's bacon! Y'all please tap the screen, share with your friends. If you're having a good time in here, maybe your friends will as well. Gravy on a stick, y'all. It's coming. It's coming. Don't you worry.
It's all gravy, baby.
All gravy. C'est la vie. And then 4 slices of the bacon that I used in the fryer. I have my hand mixer here. Ryan's show that he does on Saturdays. Last week he did some stuffed mushrooms with some cream cheese. I'm like, you want me to get the hand mixer ready for you? And he's like, no, I'll just use a spoon. He struggled.
I did.
Just use a hand mixer, y'all.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
I didn't add any salt to this, but I do have plenty of cheeses in here, and we have the bacon, so I'm not even sure if I'll need the salt. I'll taste and adjust for sure. No, we're great. We are great.
What are you making there, babe?
So right now I'm working on some fried jalapeno balls. I'm going to end up sticking these in the freezer just so they can chill for a few minutes, because I'm also going to be doing chicken wings. Essentially, I am making an ultimate Bloody Mary, very similar to the Wisconsin Bloody Mary, which those are insane. Basically an entire meal on a drink. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, but I am what I drink, right? So I will be adding a bunch of things on sticks because our theme week for FoodtokTV is on a stick. And so we've had a lot of creative things go on this week.
Babs
so
loves
far.
your hair too tonight.
Oh, thank you. We have a lot of things going on this week for On a Stick. Everyone's been super creative with our theme week. We try and do them like every other week or every 3 weeks or so for On a Stick. But I really thought On a Stick was a really creative one, especially with all the fairs and stuff going on right now.
Oh yeah, it's fair time.
All the fair food, yeah.
Yeah, that's only fair.
Ah. This week has been fun on a stick, Babs.
On a stick and fried.
Yes, and I am messing with the fryer a lot today. Oh boy, we are switching back down to high because our oil is getting too hot. Now I'll be sticking these in the freezer for about 15 minutes or so. I do have a lot of things going on with today's menu, so I'm trying to hustle today.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thank you for following us. Be sure you're giving us a follow because we do live cooking content every single day. Different creators go on. So even if I'm not your biggest cup of tea, we have a bunch of creators that might be your cup of tea.
Or cup of booze in this case.
Cup of Bloody Mary.
Cup of Bloody Mary, there you go.
Okay, this one might just be a large one.
Ooh, crispy rice treats with chocolate in the middle on a stick.
Okay. I'm having to turn this off real quick just to get that oil to come back down. It was getting too excited. But I am going to wash my hands and I'm going to place these in the freezer. Yeah, maybe don't focus on the oil that's
the too hot oil. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
That's exactly what you're doing. Dang it, Ryan.
That's what oil looks like when it's too hot.
Yeah, you're supposed to pretend I'm perfect, okay?
Basically looks the same as it looks when it's not hot, so be careful if you try to touch that oil. Don't touch the oil. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, Bonnie. We're just watching a pot of oil right now.
Yeah. So I'm working on the ultimate Bloody Mary. Whew. Go. I've got my jalapeno balls in the oven. Or not in the oven.
Not in the oven.
The freezer.
The anti-oven.
Yeah, the opposite of oven.
Yeah.
So I asked my husband to get me the chicken wings, and he got me like the ones with the bowl connected right there. And I did think about just kind of trimming them, but the whole idea for tonight is the ridiculous Bloody Mary. So I figure why not just keep it like with the full intact, just to keep it ridiculous.
I think so.
Because, you know, I know that the theme is on a stick, but my theme is ridiculousness. Because there's no other reason to make a Bloody Mary like this at home. Alright.
Other than just being ridiculous?
Other than just being ridiculous. So I have my chicken wings. I've already patted them dry with paper towels, and I'm going to add some cornstarch to it. Now, this is
Thank
actually
you,
my
Jenna,
first
for
time.
the roses.
Thank you. This is my first time doing chicken wings like this in a deep fryer, because typically my go-to is either the grill or the oven. I don't really deep fry these, but you know what? Let's try it together, right? And if not, I have so many other things on sticks.
Just stick with us and you'll see all kinds of things.
Stick with us. I like it. So I have some garlic powder, smoked paprika, some onion powder. Some ancho powder. I need to salt it as well. I saw a bunch of recipes where they did the whole flour brine and stuff like that, but I thought I would give cornstarch a try to kind of keep it gluten-free for those options, and then to also, you know, cornstarch can be really crispy, so I wanted to give that a try. Rinse my hand real quick.
So where you're just sprinkling these, you're not dragging them through the not dragging them through the mud here, just a
Yeah, I'm just gonna like toss them in there.
light little toss.
Yeah, light little toss, little tosser. Okay, my oil is kind of finally where I want it to be.
That's what normal oil looks like.
Kind of looks the same as
Looks the same.
Yeah, kind of looks the same. Y'all, we appreciate you tapping the screens. Ooh, we hit 5K. Nice. We appreciate you. Helps Al Gore with his rhythm. I make that joke literally every single live. Al Gore in the rhythm.
Thank you for the rose.
Rose for the roses. Alright. We're going to turn this back on medium to keep that temperature up. I'm going to use my pans for these. We're going to let them fry. This is going to take about 10-12 minutes. So what time is it now? 7:40? Alright.
Oh yes.
You know, I'm not doing 2 batches of these. You really shouldn't, you know, crowd your fryer, but I only have 5 of these, and I don't want to do this in double batches, so that's what we're doing. Do as I say, not as I do, right?
Thank you, Babs, for those roses.
Thank you, Babs. We appreciate y'all showing up.
Babs is the new rose queen.
Ooh. Alright, so now I also want to work on poaching my shrimp. So I'm going to start trying to get this to a boil. First, I am going to add some aromatics to the shrimp. Ooh, bacon left behind. So I have some water here. I need to get a fork to get all this juice out. So that's heating up. We're gonna let this come to a boil, but just juice that here.
What are you doing with that?
Oh, I'm gonna be poaching some shrimp in here. Because what would a Bloody Mary be without some shrimp? Because a Bloody Mary is basically alcoholic cocktail sauce.
And then, so how is that involved with the greater scheme of things? Basically, what are you making? What are you cooking here?
Oh, I am doing the ultimate Bloody Mary. The theme week for this week on FoodtokTV is going to be, on a stick. And so when I thought of on a stick, I thought Bloody Mary.
You thought
Because of the Wisconsin Bloody Mary.
So intuitive.
Yep. Yeah. Let's be real, that was Ryan's idea. He decided to go a different route, and I'm like, you know what, I'm taking that. And he was like, go for it. Someone's got to use this brilliant idea.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, I gotta come up with something better. And she's like, I'm stealing your idea.
Right. Which Ryan's show, the cameraman, his show is going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m., so stay tuned for that. We're going to let this come up to a boil. Alright, I appreciate y'all tapping the screens and sharing the live and, talking to us, because if you're not talking, you're stalking. If you're not tapping, you're slacking.
And if you're only peeping, you're creeping.
So, let's get this Mary mix started, since we are doing the Bloody Mary. Now, whenever I'm doing this, it's typically 2 parts tomato juice to 1 part of vodka. Sometimes I like doing the Bloody Maria, and so I will do tequila instead, but we don't have tequila, we just have the vodka today. So I am doing tomato juice, but I'm also going to be doing some clamato juice. Now, a Bloody Mary, but made with clamato juice, is known as a Caesar, and that's really more common in Canadian bars. I actually have never gotten to order one at a bar until I was in Vegas.
Were you at Caesar's Palace?
I actually wasn't, no.
Well, that's anticlimactic.
So that's gonna be, how many cups is that? I think that's like 4 cups. But I will be adding some clamato juice. That little bit of fishiness, of course, just use tomato juice if that's what you like. This is what I like.
You could also put like some fish sauce in there,
Yeah.
If you didn't have clamato.
Oh, I'm still adding fish sauce.
I mean, you could, still put some fish sauce. Oh, yeah, you totally are, aren't you? Oh, I got fish sauce.
Oh, wow. That's going to be the entire thing of vodka. All right. There we go.
Oh, man, was that all the vodka?
This will keep in the fridge for like a week, so we're not drinking this all tonight, believe me. We're too old for that. Oh yeah, there's my lemon knife.
How are those?
Oh yeah, I should probably toss these some. They've only been under 6 minutes, and we're going for 10 to 12. Or until they reach 165.
No one is never too old.
Juice. Plus, if you like it spicy, I'm a huge fan of horseradish in there, which is a member of the mustard family. Also adding some hot sauce. This is a smoky ghost hot sauce with some ghost pepper and chipotle pepper. There's also dates and cumin in here.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
As much or as little as you like, but I just wanted some of that smoky flavor in there. I'm using some dark soy sauce. This is some mushroom dark soy sauce for the umami.
It's a little bit thicker.
Yeah, so I'm not going to use as much of it. And some Worcestershire, also for some of that umami flavor.
Yeah. You gotta have that.
Which is just basically a different type of fish sauce. Some fish sauce as well. Oh, hold on a second.
Where is horseradish from, Tay? The radish of a horse.
The radish of a horse.
You get some steaming and frying action going on here. Thank you for the follower, Janice.
Okay, that's coming up to the boil. Perfect. So I have some shrimp with the tails are still on, the skin is still on. I did devein them and they were frozen, but I thawed them. And so I'm gonna turn this off. And now, if I was doing this on the stovetop, I would just remove this from heat completely. But because of this is an induction cooker or induction stovetop, the heat is very much so going to disconnect very quickly. So I'm not needing to really remove it from heat. But I'm going to leave it in here 45 minutes or until it starts looking opaque and pink. See, like as soon as I turned it off, it immediately stopped boiling.
Gets hot real fast and it gets not real fast.
Yes, exactly. So I did want to add some celery seed to my Mary mix. Ooh, that's a lot of celery seed. But that's kind of one of the staples of a Mary mix is going to have some celery seed. And you know, if you want to make this easier too, you can just use store-bought Mary mix and then just zhuzh it up. I do that a lot.
Do what to it?
Zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh it up.
A little zhuzh.
Little zhuzh action.
How do you spell that?
I don't know. Celery seed of that. Also be doing some ground pepper. And y'all, I don't have any of these recipes for the things I'm doing written out yet. So please let me know what you would like to see recipes for on our site for this. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to do all of the recipes for everything I do in one page. I mean, I guess I could. Now, we do live in Nashville, so there are a bunch of hot chicken places that will sell their own Mary Mix, and it'll be like Nashville Hot. I love those. It needs some more acid. I did do half of a... Now, before I add lime juice to this, I'm going to get my zester. AKA the microplane, because whenever we do these, I am gonna salt the rim. I love a salted rim on that, so I do have, oh, it's been 13 minutes. I believe it is safe to say.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, those are definitely okay. And you know what? Since the first thing that we did was do the bacon, this is basically bacon infused oil. Alright, I'm going to let that drip for a little bit and then we'll toss it into some buffalo sauce.
Oh yeah. Gotta spin them up.
And we gotta let the oil heat back up. But I will be doing some of this lime zest into the salt, so that way I can have a nice little limey salted rim. I love adding the lime zest and letting that sit for a bit, so it kind of dehydrates into the salt.
I can smell it. Oh, it's so good.
It's not the greenest of limes, but it's fragrant.
Yeah, it's very zesty limes.
It is a very zesty lime. We'll be adding more stuff to this salt. I just wanted to go ahead and get the lime in there. Oh yeah. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Oh zest, oh zest, oh zest.
Oh zest, oh zest, oh zest. I don't know my fruits.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you. Y'all, if you're just scrolling through here, welcome to FoodtokTV. We do live cooking content every single day, oftentimes multiple times a day. We do cooking content, and we have been on the air for years now. We are home of TikTok's longest running cooking show. So be sure you're following so you can see live cooking content every single day. Go to our page, hit the bell.
Is it the horseradish that you put in there that makes the galloping sound?
Is that a you question or?
That's a me question. Yeah, that's for sure a me question. Thank you for the follows.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody who's coming in. You can follow too.
You know, I'm gonna put a little peppercini.
Peppercini juice. Woo!
Woo.
I love it. That's 100% what I would do.
I kind of wish I would have made this at the very beginning, because with these, it just tastes so much better if it's had time to sit and the flavors meld together. Ryan, you tell me what you think it needs.
I get the celery salt, or I get the celery seed and then the salt, and then I think it needs a little more black pepper. I get the horseradish.
I always say measure with your heart for black pepper, and my heart loves black pepper.
Heart looks like a black peppercorn.
Yeah, it does.
Perhaps its celery leaves could go there.
Oh yeah, no, the celery I used, the leaves didn't look too great, so I don't have the celery leaves for this one. But we will be doing celery on here. And so let's see how the shrimp are doing. Speaking of, ooh, I gotta get an ice bath. So Ryan, tell them what you know about Food Talk TV. He hasn't done this much yet, so tell them about Food Talk TV.
Food Talk TV loves a good ice bath.
Okay. Food Talk TV is a team of creators where we go live every single day.
Every single day.
Multiple times a day even, but Thursday is my special day. So y'all, I am on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me because I know it's the start of football season.
Hello,
And
Diaz Quince.
Hello! That's a regular of ours.
I recognize the name.
He's getting there. He's learning, y'all. I'm not doing the aromatics in here. I'm just the shrimp. Gotta make
So the
sure.
shrimps are have they steamed well?
Yes.
And they are going to be bathing in ice.
Just to chill them because this is essentially like shrimp cocktail shrimp. All right. So done with the Bloody Mary mix. Need to toss the shrimp in the buffalo sauce, and then we gotta start frying our jalapeno balls.
Diaz Quince again, cinco manos, and I don't know what that really means. The 5 hand emojis, I don't know what they mean. I've seen it happen a couple of times.
Okay. Oh yes. So with the chicken, that we just basically tossed the chicken in cornstarch and some seasonings. I did garlic powder, onion powder, some ancho chili powder, and smoked paprika, essentially, and cornstarch. Just tossed that with there before I stuck it in the fryer about 10 to 12 minutes. And then I'm just going to use some of my buffalo sauce. I made this 2 weeks ago, and it's so freaking good.
I'm sure you have a recipe up there.
I don't, but I need to do it.
I'm sure you will have a recipe up there.
Yes, I will now, yes. Because the way I did it, I heated up, because we all know that buffalo sauce is essentially equal parts, or not equal parts, but it's essentially melted butter and it's hot sauce, or cayenne-based hot sauce. But oftentimes it's really greasy because melted butter can be pretty greasy. So the way I did it was I heated up everything in a saucepan, then I took it off the heat and slowly added in tabs of butter, so that way it would have time to melt and it would basically become an infusion with the buffalo sauce, leaving it not so greasy. It's a French technique known as Monte Bière, which means basically mounted butter. But yeah.
Mounted butter. So we're gonna have mounted butter and horseradish.
Yes.
And clamatos. That's like a Canadian thing, like the mounted
It's a
horseback.
French technique.
French.
Well, I guess,
it's a French Canadian mounted horse police on
French
horseback,
Canadian
like
stuff.
the Mounties.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a. This is like a. Probably not a thing, but.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we got to start breading and frying. So I gotta hustle because I'm still, you know.
So you got what like 3 stations here? What's going on here?
Yes, 3 stations. These are my dredging stations for the fryingness of it. And so we got flour.
Ooh.
Did that just enough. The shell is not cracked, but it means as I crack it, less likely to have shells in there because we cracked it inside of the membrane first. Oh, that one actually did crack the shell a bit, but it's okay. I'm not looking for the yolk to stay intact. And then I'm going to be doing a mix of some panko and some breadcrumbs. So these are my 3 little things here.
So close the wing in figure 4 and it helps keep the wing from drying during frying. It says close the wing in figure 4 and it helps keep the wing from drying during frying.
Close the wing.
Close the wing in figure 4. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, I'm not sure what those words mean.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of like Ric Flair in the figure 4 leg lock.
I'm sure
Figure
that's
4
actually a
wing lock.
well-known cooking tip that I've just never heard before. So I'm seasoning the flour and the breadcrumbs with onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika.
Ooh.
And now for my eggs, for my flavoring with those, I always add a bit of mustard. It's just free flavor.
Tuck the wingtip into the drumette.
Ooh. Like before I fry them, is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool tip.
Cool.
I'll have to try that next time.
Cool wingtip. Can we get a drumette roll? So what are you cooking tonight? What is it? Where they got wings going on?
Basically making an ultimate Bloody Mary, a Wisconsin-style Bloody Mary. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate, but it's really going to be in my cup. So it's basically a Bloody Mary that's basically a meal. And so I have some buffalo wings already done. I got some poached shrimp for a skewer. Because our theme on FoodtokTV this week is on a stick. Little cayenne. Little cayenne never hurt nobody.
Bab says nice flavors.
Thank you. Definitely want to make sure everything is seasoned well. Alright. So let's see what our freezer has. I have another thing in our freezer which I will do with the breading after this. But these are the jalapeno popper ball things that I made. Cream cheese, cheddar cheese, some pepper jack cheese, jalapenos, bacon, some seasonings in here. And bacon that we also threw in the deep fryer.
Those balls have tightened up in the cold environment of the freezer though, right?
Yeah, you don't want them frozen, but you do want them to be set. But if you do freeze these for too long, you do want to set them out. Like maybe thaw them in the fridge overnight or just like set them out before you fry them.
Babs loves our mustard roses.
Thank you, Ryan got those for me. Was it last week?
Yes.
And last week, because they've been having specials on roses, and so he has not wanted to buy me red roses. He's been waiting for the
We've kept them alive for a whole week.
Because I've actually trimmed them a couple of times at the stems and actually replaced the water and did the feeding and stuff.
You fed them? What?
I did feed them, yeah. They're mustard flowers. Of course I want to feed them. And they've just been standing over there by the window. So I think I'm going to do these in 2 batches, but these are going to be in the fryer about 3 to 5 minutes.
Thank you, Babs.
Thank you, Babs. Oh yeah, and then this is the mixture. I did seasoned flour, seasoned breadcrumbs, and then with the beaten egg mixture, there is some mustard in here, so that's why it's looking super yellow. And it was mustard I made myself. And it's actually made with, I did the Badia mustard powder, and I swear that stuff is like a Coleman's mustard substitute. Like, very much so, finely grained, or finely processed, so it's super, you know, no husk or anything in there, but then also I know that there's brown and yellow seeds in there, so there's a lot of heat in them. I love Coleman's mustard powder, but it's expensive. But like, you're also paying for like the history of it. Yeah, typically I do a wet hand and a dry hand, so I'm not like breading my fingers, but I'm already in too deep now. I've already breaded my fingers, it's fine. I know I'm washing my hands after this.
Diaz Quince says, it all looks so yummy.
Thank you. And then we're gonna shove them all on sticks, and we're gonna turn a cocktail into a meal. Which, y'all, I'm definitely inspired by a date Ryan and I went on once, where we went to a hot chicken place for brunch, and they had a $50 Bloody Mary, and it was 32 ounces of Bloody Mary, and then there were 2 Cornish hens on sticks in there. They also had like an avocado cut in half that they also put on sticks. There was some fried okra in there, and hush puppies, and all sorts of stuff on there. And
were they like whole fried okras, like the?
Yeah, they were.
The whole thing.
I sent myself a picture just to be able to show you.
Oh yeah, everyone's like, see if we can get up in there. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that.
There was like avocado. Is that an? Yeah, that was an avocado.
Yeah, it was like an avocado they just cut in half and put on there. So yeah, no, it was insane. I'll have to post that on my stories or something so y'all can see what the inspiration was. But I didn't want to do the whole thing.
Your skin is perfection, Taylor.
Aw, thank you. Aw. It's like one of the nicest things you can tell a lady.
Were you talking about her human skin or chicken skin?
Oh yeah, that is.
Oh, we can't
Either
see
way.
the chicken. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the chicken's over in the
either
bowl.
way, I'll take the compliment.
There's the chicken skin too.
So I think I'm able to start my first batch of these in here. Nope. Be careful, this is hot oil. Typically I would do tongs, but I'm feeling a little bold right now. There we go. And we'll do the others for the next round.
She did mean your skin.
Okay.
But don't fry that skin because it will not be perfection.
No.
We don't want your skin to be golden brown and delicious.
Fair enough. Yes, I'm very much so breading my fingers. Usually I do a dry hand and a wet hand, but I'm already in it too deep. But this is a mix that I had in the freezer. I think it's been in there for at least 30 minutes in the freezer, but it's essentially cream cheese, some cheddar cheese, some pepper jack cheese, jalapenos, bacon, and seasonings. I know, I was very ambitious. And then when I say I don't think, or when I say I think I am doing too much for the show, it's right. I was even texting my sister today, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm doing too much for the show. And she's like, I don't even know what you're doing, but yes, you are.
Thank you for the love tap.
Love tap.
If you love it, tap it.
Tap. Yes, thank you for tapping the screens, y'all. We sure do appreciate it. It helps us out so much. Thank you all for being here and hanging out to see what this end Bloody Mary is going to be like. But I will post this on our stories after. So be sure to hit the follow button because welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live cooking content every single day, oftentimes multiple times a day. We are a team of creators that help each other out and put on a show for y'all. We all have a different, cooking background, different personalities, different cooking styles. So I never get bored watching the lives. I think I'm gonna need another egg to add to this because I have other things I gotta bread and fry. That's right, I'm talking about gravy on a stick. I still gotta do at least 1 or 2 of those. I gotta do 2 of those. I don't want to spend too much time on the gravy on a stick.
Thank you, Red Wagon.
This is just more of a challenge. Thank you, Red Wagon. Whew. Yeah, y'all, I very much so breaded my fingers. This is why you use a wet hand and a dry hand. Y'all, please be tapping those screens.
I wouldn't have been upset if you would have just like dropped those little bready pieces in the fryer and
drop my fingers in the fryer.
Not the fingers. Don't drop the fingers. Never do that.
Oh no, where did my Spidey go?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I can use my spine.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
I see it, it's over there. Which I was really wanting to dirty up some oil because before I broke my phone, I had some footage of where I had really gross oil and I used gelatin to clarify my oil. And it was so cool how it did that. It does take overnight in order to do that, but now I have dirty enough oil. Ooh, yeah. Oil's hot, guys. I'm gonna pull out another egg and then I'm gonna get started on gravy on a stick. So last night I made this gravy with chicken bouillon. I squirted some hot sauce in there. I felt like that was a good idea at the time. I did some beef bouillon in here, some butter and flour roux, some dairy, and made it into a gravy. Plenty of seasoning, of course.
What temperature is your oil at to fry those?
Oh, it's too hot right now, but it's like right at 360. But I'm trying to keep it at 350, but it either wants to go too high or too low. It's because I'm live. If I wasn't live, it would be perfect. You know what I mean?
Mark's here.
Mark is here for the
Gravy on the stick. Yeah, you guessed it. You already know.
Already know.
What's up, Granny? What's up, Dick? Thanks for coming in.
So some of these I did stick toothpicks on just so I would have gravy on a stick. Alright. I didn't spray this with oil, but anyway, I made a gravy, but then I also added like a teaspoon of I added like a teaspoon of like unflavored gelatin to it.
Yes. Mark Murd is the man who
He's
spoke
responsible for this.
He spoke this into existence. He
yes.
What do you call that? Yeah.
Wish it, want it, do it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Oh yes. I think these are turning out better. I think I left the other ones in there a bit too long.
Oh yeah. Those are having a ball.
Oh yeah. But our theme week on FoodtokTV is on a stick.
This is the man behind gravy on the stick. Next is soup on a stick, Mark says.
Oh, I can do that too. So let's
Why
see.
is that word escaping me?
Not mesmerized, but it's kind
It's
of.
not mesmerized. It's definitely not mesmerized.
But were you like prophesizing?
Fruition? No, it's not fruition.
Yeah, but I know
Good
what
try.
you're.
But manifest.
Manifest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you,
manifested
Lisa
this.
Norris Creative. Manifested it.
So when I tested this earlier, I decided I was gonna do. I'm gonna use my egg spoon from earlier to make sure I get it all over there. When I tested this earlier, I kind of did a double take with the flour just to like extra breading it.
Melissa said Mark on his stick is coming soon.
Mark on his stick. It's all Mark's fault. It's all Mark's fault. But I had to do this today. I just had to. Like, it felt more like a challenge than anything. Even though I already have a lot in my drink today.
I'll say.
Yes, so I did the flour and then covered with egg, then went back to the flour, back to the egg. And there's panko and Italian breadcrumbs in here.
That almost looks like tofu.
Oh, wee, oh.
Killer tofu.
Killer tofu.
Yay.
Yay. Dusting to, yes, I am making gravy on a stick because, Mark.
Cause Mark.
Like, no, like so many people came to Melissa's live and were like, why aren't you making gravy on a stick? Mark said you would. And she was like, why did he start that rumor? And so I was like, you know what? Let's give Food Talk TV what they want.
You're like thinking, you could like, you can make it on a potato stick and then have like a stick poutine. Or like
ooh, poutine on a stick.
Poutine-sicle.
Poutine-sicle. I like that.
Then that would go with your Bloody Caesars.
Oh, that would.
Yeah.
Dang it. Missed opportunity.
Somebody should have asked me.
Oh, yeah. This is getting messy, y'all. This is getting irresponsible.
Melissa is giving Mark the side eye right now.
You know, to be fair, he does kind of deserve it for this. But you know what? I am here to... Basically, I know the theme of Food Talk TV this week is on a stick, but my theme today is ridiculousness.
Mark said it looks fantastic, though. We all love our own draft picks.
So,
Bye, D.S. Can say thank you for coming in.
I need a 3-minute timer. Ryan, would you set a timer for 3 minutes?
3, 2:59, 2:58, 2:57.
I mean, I was hoping you would actually do a
yeah.
timer.
2:55, 2:54, 2:53.
Because, y'all, this gravy on a stick was not necessary to this project whatsoever, but...
2:50. Should I keep it at 2:50 or should I start it at 3?
Just started at 3. I'll be fine.
Crap. Alright.
I figure by the time I get these coated in the egg wash, which, like, I'm not a huge fan of breading and frying things just because the dredging station is just obnoxious.
Yeah, my
And it's messy.
seconds were probably like 2 seconds. Maybe that's why I always run over.
Is that why you speed?
My internal timer. Oh, yeah. Kind of like speeding.
Got a need for speed. Oh, yeah. Come close to the extra crumbly parts, but I don't want to add more flour to it if all I'm doing is this ridiculousness here. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us on Food Talk TV. Our theme this week is food on a stick, and I was challenged to do do gravy on a stick, but I also have these jalapeno popper balls that I made that are gonna go on a stick. I also have some poached shrimp for some shrimp cocktail skewers. I also have some buffalo chicken wings that are gonna go on sticks as well. And those are all gonna go inside of the ultimate Bloody Mary that I made with both tomato juice and some clamato juice as well, along with a ton of seasoning and stuff.
Did you have some cured meats to throw in there too?
Oh yeah, I also have the antipasta sticks because that will be added when I do the stick portion of this.
I would love to have a glazed donut on a stick.
So we did talk about that one thing that we did. We did talk about that one Bloody Mary that we had where we spent $50 and it was basically an entire meal. But the actual best place we've ever been for a Bloody Mary was this place in Key West. And it was a build your own Bloody Mary bar. And basically, you know, we decided to, you know, we went to the bar and said like, hey, we want to do the build your own Bloody Mary bar. And so they handed us a cup with, you know, some vodka, and they're like, there you go. And we're like, where is the bar? And they pointed to it, and it was like a wall as big as our entire kitchen, just loaded with mixes and sauces and garnishes and
so many hot sauces.
Oh man, so many hot sauces.
It was like a hot sauce library.
It was like a library.
We had to use the Dewey Decimal System to find the hot sauces we wanted.
It was so insane, like so many garnishes I never would have thought to do.
I don't know where that bar is, but it's located in Key West, so just go look around for it.
Yeah, the only reason why we found it is because we were walking on the street and it started raining, so we like jumped into the first bar we saw. And it said, home of the world's best Bloody Mary, and we're like, oh yeah? And then we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like we agree with that statement.
They just like hooked you up with a boozy cup and sent you on your way.
Yeah, to just like play with all the
It's like your first day at kindergarten.
Yeah. There we go.
Ooh.
Gravy on a stick.
Gravy on a stick.
Gravy on a stick.
I don't want to touch that, but here in a second I'm gonna anyway.
No, we are going to break it open for y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna.
All right. Are you ready for the next 3-minute timer?
Montemary is craving Cocoa Pebbles and a glazed donut. On a stick? Cocoa Pebbles on a stick? Set another timer?
Yeah, set another timer because we got 2 more of these.
Start professional recipe, 3 minutes to fry your gravy on a stick.
Oh my gosh, those are perfect. I did a couple of test runs today.
Those are perfect gravies on a stick. We know this because there's a comparison for that, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's a thing.
You know, I don't even think I bothered looking up gravy on a stick. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna invent this.
So let's bring it back. Let's reel it back in and bring everyone home. What are we doing tonight? What are we cooking tonight? There's more than just gravy on a stick, I feel like.
Yes, there's definitely more than gravy on a stick. We're doing ultimate Bloody Marys, which is what we've been talking about. We have some chicken wings. We have some poached shrimp. With some shrimp cocktail skewers. We have these jalapeno balls over here that I made with some cream cheese, cheddar cheese, some bacon that we also did in the fryer. And I have some really gross looking oil so that way later I can show y'all how to clarify this with gelatin. I've been really wanting to do that, and I was like, what better way than to just dirty up my oil right now. I'm gonna stick this in the freezer, but I don't know when else I'm gonna need gravy on a stick.
Those are future gravy on a stick. Those are little gravy on a stick.
I mean, it's staying in the freezer.
Yeah. We're gonna be like, what the hell is this here in about 6 months?
Like, why?
These aren't ice cubes.
Why are we so ridiculous? Because we can be. Okay.
What's up, October Dragonfly?
October Dragonfly is in the house. Christine is here. She is the rotating host of Sunday Night Live, and that is the longest running cooking show on FoodtokTV. And she will be finishing up our She will be finishing up our on a stick week.
Yep, and she is here to witness gravy on a stick.
Yes.
And then Montemary says Jello shots on a stick, which is kind of like gravy Jello shots.
Yeah, it's kind of like gravy Jello shots, except not really.
Not as exciting.
Yeah. Well.
Well, I mean,
gravy on a stick is
it
pretty
depends
exciting.
on if you're Mark or not. Like, is how exciting it is.
How exciting it is, yes. So I'm going to be making my first round of skewers because except for the gravy on a stick, I've yet to like really put anything on a stick.
There's been nothing stuck.
Nothing actually
Nothing tonight has stuck.
Yes.
But we're about to stick it to you.
I'm going to make some
You're gonna like, what are you gonna, cubes?
cheese cubes.
Oh,
yes.
cheese cubes, yes. Uh-oh, your timer's going off. All right, here you go, October Dragonfly. Let's.
Oh, no. Oh. Looking for my spider.
It is time for gravy on a stick. Boop. Well, now those gravies are on a stick.
This is gravy on a stick.
It's already on the stick. So something made it on a stick.
Gravy, yes. So gravy on a stick is already kind of on a stick.
That's the only thing
because I just
that's-
like chucked these in there.
That's the only thing that we got on a stick.
Let me actually break this up before I start doing this. I think I need a plate to do this over. Oh, here, I will just use my sheet earlier. But let's check it out. Drum roll, please. Please tap the screen while I am breaking open this
Brrr.
gravy on a stick. Okay, not as soft and gravy-y as I wanted, but I did do the gelatin in there that kind of keeps it in shape. I'm wondering if the ones that I cooked a bit longer are going to be more gravy-y. Ryan, do you want to try gravy on a stick?
Yeah. It is, It's gravy.
It's literally deep fried gravy.
It's on a stick. It's really not bad.
I did it!
It's actually pretty freaking good.
That's some fair food right there.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, this is like,
Yeah, forget the deep fried
Yeah.
Snickers. Like, we got gravy on a stick.
in all fairness, this puts me there.
Yes, it puts
I feel like I should have paid $10 for that bite.
Which, you know, with all the fairs and stuff, I really wish they would have more sampler plates at those things because, like, oftentimes you have to buy, like, these huge meals and whatever, but it's like, I want to go around and, like, sample everything, you know? Like, I don't want to pay, like, $15 for something and then, like, be stuck with that thing. You know? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually
So you could pay like $7 and try
or
it.
pay like $2 or $3 for like 1 or 2 bites of something, so that way you can just go around and like continue trying things. So what I'm doing, I'm making these antipasta skewers with some salami. I'm going for like a little wrapped action here because we are making these Bloody Marys. Oh, I love the fact that you got these olive.
Salami mustard, mommy. I need an
These
olive,
are the
please.
Caso Beltrano. Oh yes, cameraman tax.
No.
Which, like, dude, y'all, these are a bit pricier than the regular ones, but these are just like so freaking buttery.
Thank you. Mm.
So freaking buttery. I was not a fan of olives before we. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're big buttery olives.
Oh, so buttery.
Ew, olives.
Yeah, olives are definitely a divisive food. You either love them or you hate them. But like, if you are trying to get into olives because you do have to like try them, I highly recommend these because they really do taste like butter.
Yeah, we could get you into a nice luxurious olive today. For a small price of $15.
Oh yes.
We'll even put it on a stick for you.
So that's going to be one of these things on a stick, the little.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it is going in the Bloody Mary, so I don't want to like fill up the stick.
Like a meat, like a meat butterfly. Like a meat dragonfly.
A meat dragonfly. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of put it at the center here. Add the pepperoncini to it. Close enough to the edge, and then I'm gonna try and get it to like the center of it. Oh no! Aww. Shucks. It's okay.
At Mustard Queen. That's where you find.
Oh yeah, let me say hello in the chat. Oh man, I left out of there to go show y'all the thing, but let me go say hey in the chat. It's me. And I'm gonna pin that.
Me.
Pin it. It's me. Hey, get this cat out of the gravy.
Hey, why is there?
He just like.
Why is that even a thing? How is that even a possibility?
He just saw there was meat and it was like me. This meat is for me. It is actually pretty close to his feeding time, so I do understand the confusion.
There was actually gravy.
Woo! I heard something go off like we got a goal or something. Yes, y'all are killing it. Thank you so much. Yes. Because we are finally about to wrap this up because I knew I had a lot going on going into this, but I didn't care. I wanted to do all of it. You know, like I wanted to do it all, and there was just no way you could stop me. There's just no way you could stop me. And like I honestly am trying to get my shows to be shorter. That is something I'm trying to do, especially since I manage FoodtokTV, and I'm trying to, you know, let everyone know that, hey, you need to, you know, watch your show length. And I've been doing a better job at it, but today, Oh,
she already follows you.
Oh, hey!
Montemary is already following you. She did not know you were Mustard Queen.
I am the Mustard Queen. You just don't see my ridiculous mustard apron. Like, I'm still in a yellow apron.
October Dragonfly and Babs are making it rain or roses.
Woo! Make it rain, make it rain. Hey Ryan, those cups over there, could you fill those with ice for me?
I can.
While I start doing this, so we can, you know, make sure we get this done at an appropriate time.
Yeah, we'll get it done, but at an appropriate time. That's the challenge.
I think that ship has already sailed.
Right.
That ship has sailed. Joel, thank you so much for being here. I am the Mustard Queen, yes. Thank y'all so much for being here. Tap the screens, tap, share the live, because I'm about to put together some of the best Bloody Marys.
You should have a mustard teeny.
A mustard teeny.
Yes.
Which, you know, with Bloody Marys, it is, you know, horseradish is typically the thing you add to spicy Marys is going to be the prepared horseradish. I thought about doing mustard instead, but with like some hot mustard powder. I really considered doing that instead because mustard powder, I'm not ready for that yet, but thank you. Or you can just set them here. I thought about doing mustard where I got some kurashi or Japanese mustard powder and mix that with cold water and then mix that with the mix. But I didn't want to mess with that. Horseradish is very simple.
Yes, this is the appropriate.
Yes, that is the appropriate glass on there, which I know that this is probably going to read it backwards, but I put ketchup as a garbage condiment on there.
Oh, you should put it backwards on the other side.
Ooh, I should.
Ah. Ooh.
Ah. Ooh.
That's forward thinking.
Yes.
Or, I don't know.
So, for our FoodtokTV theme, things on a stick.
It read correctly.
Oh, it did read correctly?
It did.
Oh, cool.
It did to me, too. I don't even know why I was...
weird.
Like, being like, oh, man, it could have
Because usually this app's, you know, automatic is to, you know, reverse. Which is kind of why, you know, if you see any of my content on my page...
He's looking for the gravy again.
Oh my gosh, he's
like,
so desperate for the gravy. Oh my gosh.
I need that.
You are a diabetic, sir.
It's like, yeah, but, you know, I don't care about that. It's like smoked meats, and now he likes fried gravies.
Yeah. Oh man, that cat is spoiled. So I am thinking that we're probably going to do 2 shrimps per skewer.
What's up, Ash, Kevin, John,
What up?
Jeanette?
So
Welcome to
skewer.
our live.
Yes, welcome in. If you're just scrolling through here, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live cooking content every single day, oftentimes multiple times a day. My name is Taylor Rose, also known as the Mustard Queen, and I am live on Food Talk TV every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, except today I did start like 15 minutes late. I'm sorry. But yes, be sure you're following us because there's different creators on all the time. We have a variety of personalities and cooking styles and things we specialize in. So absolutely tune in for that.
And for those just tuning in, tell us, what are you doing here?
Oh yes, so the theme of the week for Food Talk TV, we do themes every so often, and our theme this week is on a stick. And so I am doing an ultimate Bloody Mary. You can look up Wisconsin Bloody Marys, and you can see just like how basically an entire meal can be made out of these Bloody Marys. And so that's what I was thinking with this. And so right now I am doing some shrimp cocktail skewers that are going to go in the Marys, which the Bloody Marys already have horseradish in there. So perfect for that. I poached the shrimp. I basically have some aromatics, some garlic, half a lemon, some water inside this pot, some parsley, and then I let it come to a boil. Then I added my shrimp and I took it off the heat, away from the heat, and kept a lid on it and let it sit there for about 5 minutes or until the shrimp were opaque and stuff. And so that's how you, and then I ice bathed them, and that's how you poach shrimp. So that's what I did for that. Also deep fried a bunch of stuff, and now I have some nasty oil, which means that I get to show y'all how to clarify oil with gelatin. So
Wait, could you tell us more about that? Could you clarify?
So basically what you do, like, I'm gonna strain it. I do have a fine mesh strainer, and actually I want to show y'all the strainer because I do get this question a lot, what I do with my oil.
I'm gonna show everybody that grody oil.
Oh yeah.
That grody gravy oil.
Because I also did gravy on a stick, y'all.
It's grody, bro.
So I am gonna drain it in here first. But, you know, a lot of times, like, even this,
It's like okay.
super fine mesh, and it actually has a funnel attachment to it, too, so it sits on top of the funnel when it goes in there. But it's not really going to get everything, and it's still going to look kind of nasty and gross. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up some water and gelatin together, and then I'm going to pour it into the, once this oil is room temperature, I'm going to add some the hot water and gelatin in here. And then I'll shake it up, have it in a jar, and leave it in the fridge overnight. And then at the end of it, there's going to be a gelatin disc with all the like nasty discards, and it clarifies it.
A disc.
So I do really want to make content. I did make content of that, and then I broke my phone. So that content is long gone.
It's kind of like the mother, the SCOBY, but with oil, and like you should probably not put it in anything.
Yeah.
Like the grody SCOBY.
The grody SCOBY.
The grody SCOBY. If anyone wants an awesome username, the grody SCOBY is probably still up for grabs.
All right, and then we got these. And then I made some jalapeno balls. I was wanting to make like jalapeno poppers, but I knew I wanted to use my deep fryer, but instead I basically made a mixture with cream cheese and cheddar cheese, and you know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Oh, I mean, I think you should be doing something with that. What do you have on your in your ensemble here?
Oh yes, so far I have the antipasto skewers, and then I made the shrimp cocktail skewers, and then these are my jalapeno ball skewers.
And you're just adding a little fresh
jalapenos. Little decoration. because you gotta keep it decorated. Which honestly, I could just have a skewer of just these olives. I used to I wasn't always an olive lover, but y'all, these are the gateway olives because they really taste like butter.
They are the gateway olives.
The Castelveltrano style. And be sure you get them pitted. No one likes to bite into an olive and be like, oh crap, there's pits in them.
Oh dear, that's a horrifying experience.
It really is.
Be a little bit careful even if you do get them pitted, because there might be a little bit of a pit hanging out in there.
It's pitiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then of course
you'll know how pitiful it is if you experience that.
Because I know our theme of the week is on a stick. But my theme this week is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I think I'm gonna put 2 on each one.
Try the flavored. Monkey Tamer says you should try the flavored skewers. What kind of flavors do they have for the skewers, Monkey Tamer?
Oh yeah. Tell me more. Because I was actually gonna chop these into smaller things, but I decided let's be flamboyant about these. Screw it. So many awesome sticks, yes. I knew I was going to be running along with my show today. I knew I had a lot of things going on, but I didn't care. I wanted to do all of them. Don't try and limit me, Food Talk TV. Which, if you're just scrolling through here, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live cooking content every single day, oftentimes multiple times a day. Our theme this week is food on a stick. So everyone this week is making food on a stick. We all have our shows that we do the same day each and every week. We're on a set schedule. You can go to our site and check out those schedules. You can also see our recipes and stuff like that. My show is always at 7 p.m. Central on Thursdays. I started a little bit late, so I'm not running too behind. I think it's only... Oh, no, but you do not want buffalo wing. Oh, what a jerk.
It's like, man, I've tried gravy on a stick. I think I want it all now.
He wants it all on a stick.
It's like, I want everything
This cat.
on a stick.
To be fair, it is very close to his feeding time.
One of your wing duets has laid over.
What? One of my what?
Oh, he just kind of fell a little bit there.
Oh, that's fine.
I wasn't close to see you.
So this is the Mary mix I had. I did a thing of, I don't remember the size of the vodka in there. Some tomato juice. I did tomato juice and clamato juice. Oh, you know what? I was going to put celery on the shrimp skewer. It's okay.
Try ice on a stick. The sticks have ice. Ooh. Yeah, don't get it in there.
Oh, shit. I probably should have done the celery first and then the ice, but it's okay.
Speaking of on a stick, like that celery makes a perfect muddling stick.
Yes. So we're gonna pour all this over here. There's tomato juice and clamato juice in here. Super seasoned. There's celery, salt, pepper, horseradish in here, some fish sauce, some mushroom flavored soy sauce, Worcestershire. So many things are going on inside of this. So we are going to decorate now. And then of course we have all these fried foods as well to enjoy. I'm okay with the tomato and lemon getting in here as well. Ah, yes.
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 So yes, I am turning Bloody Marys into dinner. And then oh no, I gotta do a thicker jalapeno. This jalapeno did not want to be on a stick.
Thank you, Babs. This is very cool.
I think so too. This is why I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go over on my time, but meh. Oh yeah, and don't forget gravy on a stick.
Gravy on a stick.
Which
It has its place.
I think it's gonna just
Just
nestle,
nestle in there, yeah.
Nestle in there at the very top. Is there
It's
room
like
for a straw in here?
I don't know. Maybe it should cap off the straw.
Yes. There you go. Oh, you want a cheese snack?
Yes.
Oh. It's fine. Because one thing I always did when I was bartending, because my professional background is being a bartender, but the best Bloody Marys, I always ask if someone's allergic to gluten before I do this, but just topping off with a bit of beer, typically I'll go for a darker lager. Just a little
beer splash on the top.
Yeah. I had to make sure all the sticks got in there before I did this though.
It's great on a weekend morning.
Yes.
Good night, Montemary.
Thank you for sticking around to see the result. Thank you. 'Cause this is ridiculous. I definitely showed up correct today. So I'm gonna give a little. Such a good drink. I love having my snacks be part of this too. I feel like I would pay $50 for this Bloody Mary. I feel like this would be a $50 drink.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to come try
It better
yours?
be a $50 drink.
You want to try yours?
Yeah.
You gonna come over to the camera? Woo, 28K! Thank y'all so much! Oh.
Uh-oh.
And yes, Mark, thank you for saying it's awesome and gravy on a stick. I did it.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
Yes.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so I guess I have done all I can do today, y'all. I have definitely gone over the top with this. We did a from scratch Bloody Mary. Of course, you can just get a Bloody Mary mix and zhuzh it up if you want, but I did with tomato juice, clamato juice, some vodka, Worcestershire mushroom flavored soy sauce, fish sauce, horseradish. I did some pepperoni juice in there as well, and of course vodka. There's a celery stick in there. I have these shrimp cocktail skewers. I have my little jalapeno balls that I made.
What was missing, and I think it was that pepperoni juice.
Yeah, that pepperoni juice was it. The shrimp cocktail skewers, some antipasto skewers, and I have plenty more stuff to make more of these as well. And of course, buffalo chicken wing skewers. I mean, come on. I don't know what else a Bloody Mary could possibly need. Thank y'all so much for joining. I believe I've done all I can do today. Brian, do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
No, I think you've added everything that we have to that.
I've added everything I can. So I guess we will be signing off and enjoying this. Thank you so much for joining. Happy mustarding.
Happy marrying.
Yes. Do you know how to cut it off?
No.
Okay. Power up here. And then hit in now, and then I'm going to say happy mustarding again. Happy mustarding!